Hi, my name is Daryl, and this is Coffee Break Linux. Today we're going to talk about a brief introduction to history to Linux, where it comes from, how old it is, all that stuff, just so you all can get an understanding of what Linux is. So to begin, Linux itself was created in '91, but the foundations of Linux goes much farther than that, and the main operating system was created under the C programming language, was started in the 60s. So, the C programming language. From 69 to 73, it was created by Dennis Ritchie, who worked at AT&T Bell Labs. He designed this programming language to replace the old assembly language that was being used within the machines to talk between the user and the hardware. From there, the first operating system started to take shape, called Unix, and it became a multitasking, multi-user computer operating system that exists in many variants. It was developed at the AT&T Bell Labs by Dennis Ritchie, who did the C programming language, and by Ken Thompson. It was intended for use in the Bell systems, but they developed into a standard operating system for academia during the 1970s and 80s. So the whole idea of the Unix system was a computer that would allow more than one user and more than one thing going on at once, because before the computers, they weren't that quick. And in 1983, a man by the name of Richard Stallman came out with the idea of a free platform for everyone. He developed a Unix-like computer operating system, which composed nothing but free hardware, and it was called GNU, GNU, which stands for GNU, not Unix. Chosen because it looks like Unix, but it differs in every single way just because everything was free and it contained no Unix code. And as you can see here in this graph, this is the Unix graph where it all strands from. So here, the Unix time-sharing system Bell Labs is what Ken Thompson, Dennis Ritchie created under the C programming language. And as we go up the BSD family, which stands for Berkeley Software Distribution, these were all the ones that were made for academia. So for example, as you can see down here, you have the BSD Berkeley Software Distribution and the free BSD, NetBSD, OpenBSD, and all that. And even as you can see down here, Mac operating system comes from that family strand. Down here are different strain offs, and as you can see from here, the GNU project we just spoke about with Richard Stallman was as well as a predecessor to the Linux that we are essentially going to be talking about in these series of videos. So Linux came around in '91. It was developed by a man named Linus Torvald. It is Unix-like, so it looks everything like it, and it is an operating system assembled under the model of free and open source software, meaning the operating system is free. Everything that comes under the operating system, all the distributions of software, is free. You're not supposed to pay for it. You shouldn't pay for it. It was first released in the 5th of October 1991, and it is the leading operating systems on servers and other big systems such as mainframe computers and supercomputers. As of recently, more than 95% of the world's supercomputers run on this operating system. As you can see here, GNU Linux, that's the main base, and these are all some form of Linux, one way or another, all free. I will not discuss everything here into detail. And because Linux is freely redistributable, anyone may create a distribution for any intended use. So the best thing about Linux is the fact that it's free. There's many distributions. You want to get a distribution for something you like, you can get it. The architecture is solid. There's very few viruses, able to multitask. Everything's open source. The security on it, it's great. Virtualization, you can run Windows on top of running the Linux at the same time. It's very efficient with the speed, not only just your usage speed, but the fact that you can just easily go on and click, okay, I want this program. You get the program down. You don't have to sit there and CDs one after the other. You don't even have to pay for it. 95% of supercomputers run a form of Linux. Your tablet or phone, as long as it's running Android, you're running a Linux. So I thank you for taking the time to have a look at this video, and I hope you consider checking out Linux. You can go online, find Linux anywhere, and the purpose of these videos is to teach, to gain an interest, to gain some knowledge on this free open source software that seems to be underplayed by all the major companies that you have to pay for this for their software. And I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.